Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 10th of March 2025. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. Today we'll be checking out the new dungeon with follower mode before giving a go to LFR's first wing. Without any further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. It's Monday, start of the week. You'll get through. Take it steady. Keep yourselves hydrated. You've got this. Alright, first things first, we want to investigate that new dungeon. Which... is it Operation Floodgate? Hang on. It is indeed. Do it through follower mode, just for the first time and having a look. I'm expecting goblin hijinks. No, Renzik. Okay, listen up. Galawix's goons and Dark Fuse Venture said, oh, it was going too fast. Crazy powerful weapons and big ideas for the waterworks. Venture and Dark Fuse are certainly up to no good here. Get inside that dam and shut down that project. It's time for a little wet work. The gated pipe is your best place to infill. Steal the explosives. Blow up that gate. Thank you, team. The music. Or heading into it, outside of Donegal. Or within the Ringing Deeps, rather. Alright. Let's go have a look. Come on, team. Sword blades, not nice. As someone who doesn't really play group content these days, it is nice to just have the opportunity to get in here on follower mode. And not, you know, we're not going to get a load of loot from it, but that's fine. I'm here to see it, I'm here to take in the vibes, and see what the bosses are all about. As we said before, I'd still very much like to see a more difficult version of follower mode. I don't need rewards, I'm not expecting mythic gear or all like that. Not even heroic, really. Just to have to engage with those mechanics a bit, but that's going to involve a lot more work on Blizzard's end. And again, it's such a niche thing. Nice one, just don't drop it. Forensic this whole time. Interesting that he ended up being someone for the guiding us through the dungeon instead of Gazlo, especially with the lack of voice acting. The Dark Fuse have been hiring mercenaries, not just goblins in here, which is interesting. Given for the rest of Undermine and its story, it has been only goblins in the Dark Fuse, for the most part, from what I can remember. There's that weapon called RPGG. I assume one of those G's is goblin. It's always interesting to me to then consider how it works out for mythic dungeons and those high difficulties. Obviously, give it a few weeks, people start realising the fastest routes through dungeons, most efficient ways to clear things. Always a lot of strain on the healers and tanks to know such things. It's nice to see the waterworks of this area kind of get repurposed for a dungeon. I like when dungeons kind of take place a little bit in the open world lets them, what's the word, feel a little more alive rather than just behind this door is a place you will never otherwise see. Don't get me wrong, that can work too. Like, you think back to vanilla WoW and as an alliance player, like classic Dead Mines, spending the zone fighting the Venture Code. You just try and think how different nowadays might such a thing be. You'd get like Edwin Van Cleef to show up in quests a lot more, stuff like that. Oh, hello, it's a boss. And our team is dead. What the hell happened? Wait. Just bugs of the health bars, or somehow I'm tanking it. I shouldn't be. Good old follower mode. That's alright, tanking that I hear now. Do a little bit of off healing. Very upsetting. Target is down. Nicely done. I wonder if I can trigger this early. Oh no, not in combat. Figured we could make use of the explosion. Alright, where do we go in? It's basically through and around. Over the weekend I got around to watching Across the Spider-Verse, which the first one I remember really enjoying, but it had been so long. Obviously waiting for the Netflix version of this one to come out. I went in knowing very little about the film. Really impressed by just the artistic talent on display. And not only the variety when it came to the animation, but just the sheer level of detail and like background assets and stuff like that. It was really impressive. But going in, because I knew very little about it, it's really cool to see someone who's not always been the biggest comic book reader. Huge numbers of Spider-Men out and about that I assume at some point, whether it was a one-off comic or something, there was a werewolf Spider-Man at one point, there was a cat Spider-Man, there was all kinds of stuff. Different Spider-Men from across the world. It was really cool to see. It ended up with this gigantic cliffhanger. And doing some research thereafter, was clearly meant to be a movie put in 2 parts. The initial release of the 3rd part meant to be 2024. So clearly that hasn't gone down well. And then I read up so that there was some AI stuff. Workers wanting more time and better working conditions essentially, and not crunching on it. It's very messy indeed. But I'm hoping we get to see a sequel at some point. Because again, it was absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend both it and the first one. Where are we going? Goblin lady over there. I assume we don't stand in the big red circles, of course. I think one of the most surprising elements was the random appearances of Donald Glover just showing up Like, get this man properly, either as Prowler or as Miles Morales himself. I know he was very briefly in one of the Tom Holland ones. It felt more like nods than actual confirmation of anything big in that regard. God knows what Sony's doing, or they seem to have just been really shit in the bed with it. I know the infamy of the, say, the Morbius movie, and I know the... In a similar vein, Madam Web did not do well. Venom's always been fun, but mainly I think that's Tom Hardy kind of carrying it. Fantastic actor, and I don't know, he's always seemed fun. I'd have loved to see him, not even that it was Tom Holland, but any of the other Spider-Man over the years getting on with Tom Hardy would have been really fun to see. But now that trilogy's over, God knows if they ever do all with that character again. And that last one in that Sonyverse meant to be Kraven the Hunter. I don't know if there's a contract up or what's going on there, but people kept saying it was the last one. Also doesn't seem to have done well. It almost looks like Sony does not care and is just making movies and holding on to the rights. We'll have to see where it all goes. Again, I'm excited to see how Daredevil continues.
What have we here?
I can't imagine it is going to be the gigantic turning point MCU needs. And it's one of those fights where I'm not going to know which of these two to deal with first, but I'm going to assume the one who can shoot things. The big fella will probably be a tank and spank. He got angry. High difficulties, it might be getting them both down at the same time, or maybe one's just easier to deal with. In this case though, Apollo dungeons, such things are rarely ever a threat. Let me fill up this one. Grab her gun, eliminate the Zeppelin. I've got it, lets me know. Dynamite to the dam, understood, Captain. Blowing up this dam seems like it would alter the terrain in the Ringing Deeps by quite a lot. Stacking exploded crabs. Probably don't want to stand near them. Too bad. Not the longest dot of all time. Now on the official channel they posted the cinematic for the end of the raid. I've held off watching it for now, just because I'd rather see it in game as intended through story mode. I'm pretty sure they've moved that forward rather than it being the final week of LFR. I think it's meant to be this coming week. On Wednesday. I'll have to triple check, but I'm pretty sure that's right. We'll see it on Wednesday. Again, that contrast between how they're changing up raids to not be 100% necessary to the story in War Within, more of a cap end. But this time around it feels a lot more necessary, because while we pushed Gallywix back into Gladio, it wasn't really an epilogue in the way Xalatath's main questline was in the base game. No, it was just kind of dealing with Ansarek on the side. Everything that I'd got on with Xalatath was already sorted. Very unnecessarily destroyed that kelp. Through that, it's hard to tell what the intention is. Story mode very clearly meant to give that cutscene, but I feel as if... Oh, a few waves. Nothing too crazy. If the intention is for everyone to see the cutscene without having to engage in raiding, why not have it day one, you know? Because when it gets to the point where they're having to put it on their YouTube channel, like I'm like, well, let me see it in game first, rather than having it all over the internet, almost nagging me to watch it in a sense. Bubbles. Just tell when it's a giant clump of enemies somewhere that something terrible is going to happen to them. Then they get splashed on. But honestly, if they hadn't put the ending up on their official channel and it was just the usual, oh, everyone's covering it and reacting to it and watching it, sure. But when you put it on your official channel, you're saying, we know people want to watch this, you know, almost need to watch this as part of the story. Then I think that should indicate you don't need to hold story mode back a week. Just arbitrarily, let people go and do it. Maybe they can see is, oh, you want the raiders of the world, or the folks doing that race of the world first, you want them to see it first, but generally speaking, those folks ain't the biggest fans of the story. It's not their, like, main reason to play, if they care about it at all. So it just seems like an odd choice to not do story mode on that first week of LFR and stuff. Even if LFR doesn't get all the way there yet, you know, we're only 1 week at a time for each wing. We'll investigate that in a wee bit. Be a shorter stream. I only have these 2 goals to do. Maybe we knock out that other one as well for the Undermine rep. Sneaky beggar. I imagine this little bit is actually in the open world, but good fun to see. Not bad dungeon, pretty straightforward. Goblin, Dark Fuse. Hard for me to judge mechanics on follower mode, but it seems alright. Obviously for those playing Mythic and stuff like that, it's bearing in mind the rotation of dungeons, what old ones have been added to the mix, relearning those. Mayhaps there's some new stuff in there, or at least a change to some of the mechanics. I don't know. Imagine they have to do that for any really old stuff that comes in. I don't know in the rotation what the oldest one currently would be. Who have we got? Giesel Gizazap. Project can't continue without the scientists behind it all. Put that big brain on ice.
Soon I shall have the power I require.
Especially when you compare this to Cinderbrew Meadery, which was kind of goblin narration throughout the whole thing. There's a little bit lacking in that department.
You dare question me? Face annihilation.
Going to charge. Don't stand in the beams. Don't stand on those. We don't even get enough time in follow mode to even see a baseline of the mechanics. Like I think he went down a little too quickly. Again, I don't need follower mode to necessarily be difficult, but I want to be able to see some of the fight. But there we go. Didn't take long at all. GG, everyone.
How you doing?
And we're out. Now, the other reason why this patch I might actually be interested in doing LFR proper, other than, you know, just rewards to get in the Great Vault and stuff like that, is the Renown track tied to it, where I don't actually know where that's listed in the game anywhere, but I guess we'll find out. Talking awesome is the Cauldron of Carnage and Rick Reverb. Have a quick look at the adventure guide and the raid journal. on a show, throwing bombs, afflicting people with a charge. Okay, it gets more dangerous as stats come up. Explode together. As a damage dealer, need to watch for those. Lots of damage over time. Some people need to get hit by a scrap bomb. Okay, so stack on that. Watch for dots. Watch for more dots. Okay, Mr. Reverb. Big damage to everyone. Okay, seems like we're working with music stuff. Activating amplifiers drains your energy, but applies a dot. Okay, can't damage him in stage 2. Looks like we have to blow the amplifier to avoid this blaring drop ability. I was looking at that on Mythic rather than Raid Finder, but you never know. The numbers are smaller. Right, while we wait, I think we head to Undermine and see about... Yeah, there's a chunk of world quests available. We can get on with some of those. Don't know how the queue's going to look for Raid Finder on this Monday morning, but we'll see. When the whole thing is out and you can queue for multiple wings at once, that helps. Looks like it's not going to take long, to be honest. Head up to that rare first. I would. The rare wasn't up there. Is there a quest in there? Have I missed a quest? Usually they do it. Oh, it's just the quartermaster letting me know.
Something for you.
You've done good work with Bilgewater so far. Keep up the good work. Go to Rocco Bazboom. We'll take care of you.
Won't find better. Come back for more.
That's you! I'm directing you to myself, player. You get a horn and a toy.
I'll be waiting.
So crystals, bit of gold. Sure. Looks like the rare that was here is gone. Let's do this race. Does the race actually give me rep with cartels?
Again? Always looking for trouble.
Maybe. Let's find out.
Well, maybe you should let them know they found it.
Yeah, hang on, Gazlo. Where's the flag bearer, for lack of a better term? Where's the person who starts the goddamn race? Oh! Why? I'm confused. Ah! Strange place to start, but alright.
What's the damage?
Skyrocketing? Skyrocketing's where it's at. Everything around here is skyrocketing. Prices, rent, and now you can too. Why not take my custom skyrocketing jetpack for a spin? Oh, so they do have a dragon riding one, technically, just with... Oh, you've buggered my bar. Interesting. I getting faster as I go? What's happening here? Oh, you flap by flailing your arms? It doesn't have the velocity roll like that, but at least then, I don't know. More than just the car racing, I guess.
You made it. Any injuries? No? Too bad.
Weird. Very weird. Throw out some dart fuse. And given there's 4 different mini factions within the Goblin cartels,
Scalpers at the dome are trying to swindle folks out of their
might
gold.
actually take a while to get them all fully ranked up. The various cosmetic rewards. It should keep us busy. And I think the structure's going to be, for most of the time, obviously with story mode this week notwithstanding, generally speaking it's going to be a day getting the weeklies done, a day doing some delve stuff, a day doing some LFR, maybe a day's worth of PvP, just across various characters to unlock the different outfits. I think there's only one elite set maybe I'd be after, like the Death Knight one, even though they're all kind of the gold and purple, which isn't really my jam. Death Knight one's pretty good. And at the very least, I'd want to kind of get some of the conquest sets. Not all of them. And not all those core schemes are quite up my alley, but given how long it'll be before any of the raid stuff is soloable,
Bet they won't come back around here
won't
for
mind getting a
while.
few.
Good work taking care of them.
Oh, nope, that rare went real quick. Stop the scalpers. If only. Absolute nightmare. I heard it's a very similar issue of what's happening with the newest Nvidia cards, as ever. Load of stuff getting scalped, and even then, they're not impressing folks very much for the price you're paying. Meant to be quite the letdown. I wonder if these trash cans on war mode would give the sparks to life. I'll have to find out. Jumping on the Death Knight over classes. Ooh, we're there. We'll have to see how this goes. Spectacle at Bilgewater Flats is meant to distract the masses from Galrix's boot in their necks. Quiet the Gant's gone. Galrix thugs are everywhere. Oh, the renowned person's just in here.
Satisfaction recommended.
Hey, sweetie, we're so happy to welcome you to enjoy the thrills of playing at the Galaggio. That's what I would say. There wasn't a revolution going on. Boss is paranoid, hiding somewhere inside, and kicked a lot of us out to make room for his hired muscle. Not sure what all the fuss is about. I'm more than happy to see you're ever in need. We're not wrecking the place. Galaggio's treasures your loyalty. And big and spend bigger.
Check in real soon.
Welcome to the club. Whether it's playing or slaying, you're after our loyalty program will outfit you with the finest perks that Galagio has to offer. Okay, it is indeed its own renown track. It's a pretty big renown track.
Always a pleasure. What you need?
And there's all kinds of stuff in here. I think we'd come round at the end and have a proper look. Now we should probably catch up to where the group's gone.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Wrong button. There we go. Ooh, there's a load of stuff outside of the actual Galagio first. Utilizing the zone again. And the bits on the floor. People just in about. Lovely shot.
It's too far away.
Big old fans for the event. I think something like this, especially when it's out in the world, I think you need to have these things in the zone proper. Obviously, you don't want to fight the bosses there, but look, there's big fans for these different things in this arena. Maybe having them about at some point, not necessarily to fight, just to see them in action and indicate that that's what's going on inside here. Don't get me wrong, always cool to see stuff in a raid, but when you're setting it, or parts of it, in the open world outside, having it tie in a little more just makes sense to me. Is that Darren DePaul again doing silly voices? Sounds like it.
It's the tussle of the century, folks. But what's this? Ladies and
Furious and the Tempest.
we have a surprise three-way
I wonder who we're fighting
in the
first.
cauldron of carnage tonight. Hope they're ready to crumble.
Very silly. Have a swig of his beverage while people look about. And we're just going to follow the group about. I got pinged this way, so I will go this way. Okay, I don't know if we need that discharge, so I should be staying still. It creates a dot. But then we need to move to avoid those.
It's too far away.
Somebody already went down. Sadness. I do have some combat reses, but this early I do not know if we will need them for tanks or healers. Ah, sod it. People want to play the video game. Get up. Yep. Lasers coming in from the other side. Get another res. I like how many charges I have of it. Now they fight. The other meter's gone, but there's just stuff. I have 4 more charge of this combat res. Is that an LFR thing, or do I have that many combat reses on the high difficulties?
Back to the business of ousting the outsiders.
I wonder if there's a problem if we deal with one more quickly than the other. I say they've continued to have absolutely banging music for it. Now Big T-Rex is looking a lot weaker than the other one.
It's too far away.
Oh, it's awesome. Marcus Lorenzo, take the head.
Invalid target? Why is it an invalid? Oh, they're already up. Weird. Combat rest should just work.
Back to the business of ousting the outsiders.
Okay, the other one went down. It seemed like he got a crazy buff necessarily. Maybe because when they do that colossal clash thing, the other one isn't there, it just does loads of damage to everyone. But that's sorted and done. What's the other one has the loot?
I could hear that crowd from all the way out here. Just don't let the fame go to your heads.
Flip out. Hit the transmog button. Always hit the transmog button. You never get it. I don't think. Yeah, it's not going to be an upgrade. And then just a loot upgrade. We can hit need on that one. Which we don't get. Went far off, but we didn't get it. Rep thing isn't listed on here either. The ability to actually see it and find it without having to come into here seems a little odd. Maybe in the actual Galagio itself, there'll just be an NPC in there now.
It's too far away.
Behind those mines. And you see where it's going.
I need to get closer. I need a target. I'm out of range.
Okay. You know, I like the idea of the zone being used for it, but for all these different raid bosses, I wish you'd just put them out in the world a little bit more. I'm trying to remember the last time it felt like that happened. Warlords of Draenor had obviously all the different warlords to draw from, and you saw them throughout the story, so when it came to them then showing up in raid, you know, that makes sense. I'm trying to think back to like Wrath of the Lich King. How many of the just enemies within Icecrown were ever out and about in the zones? Obviously the Lich King himself was. What's the dragon's name? Saffron, or was that the Naxxramas version? Sindragosa, maybe? I don't know, I feel like they could do a better job of that. Have those threats within that raid be built up elsewhere. And then maybe that goes against the idea of wanting to separate the raid story from the story of the zone overall, but if they expand on story mode to the point where you can go through a full raid, I think that problem then sorts itself. But again, as we were saying, it's not like raiders are, generally speaking, the biggest story or lore nerds.
Oh, looks like we got a party foul in the back.
I know. Musical mind control. Won't stand in him. Unclear what's doing damage to me. As much as I tend to enjoy playing solo these days, I do miss the time when I was a part of an active guild and doing some raids. It was always silly. It wasn't like we were pushing for any higher difficulties or whatnot. We were just giving things a go. That always felt... It was always fun. It was never relaxed for me, especially how young I was at the time. It was always like a bit of a panic. But I imagine it'd be pretty fun for folks. Got a group of friends just to go in and enjoy. If you're not sweating it too hard. Obviously, the race to world first and all that on the mythic stuff is a big draw for a lot of folks to watch. And nothing against that, absolutely not. Every now and then I'll watch a little bit myself, or I'll watch preachers kind of rundowns of how things have gone. It's just not a level of play I'd ever find myself at, of course. Okay, dropped an amp. It's kind of shooting at us. Then we can remove the debuff on ourselves by clicking on that. Going to keep building these little sound things. So it seems like the tank's got to spread them out. It said there was a big bomb it's going to hit where some people need to stand on it. Doesn't feel like it's that one though. another one down. It looks like as long as we don't get hit by the shockwaves it's pushing out,
I'm out of range.
we don't get the debuff. It's absolute shill. Okay, now he's immune. Yep, we got to stand in that to get thrown up. Not everybody knew. Get a healer up. Get another healer up.
I need to get closer.
Get the other tank up. Just keep getting people up. I'll save one. There we go. Wow, me that I have so many stacks of combat reses and people don't use them. Oh, we need to stop an amplifier. That's gone haywire. Suddenly that whole jumping between them and jumping up and down and getting dancy with it. It's pretty good. Fits the theme. Yeah, listen, I've done a good old chunk of combat reses, you lot. I got one left. I'm saving it just in case. Quite close enough, but these amps down. Okay, he's doing the big thing again. Surely you see it the first time. You can get it the second time. I like this mechanic though. We lost another tank. Or grab the tank. There we go. Who's nearby? You're nearby. It's one solid fight. We give people a few weeks to learn them. Again, gotta thank the people actually doing the pigging, even having read some of the mechanics Just in the dungeon journal there. Got to know in the right direction. You don't know until you see it. Oh no, everyone's ignoring the amps. Bring him down. Hey, good stuff.
Oh, finally, some quiet. I thought that blowhard would never shut up.
Well said,
You
Barry.
have my thanks, champions.
Okay, so that would be better than my other trinket. And it's got strength on it. Transmog. Explosive knife. Transmog. Lines when picked up. Why would I even greet that then? Okay, let's go back to the entrance and investigate. To safely get to the Intercontinental Hotel. There we go.
What's shaking, pal? Time's a wasting.
Okay, what are all these vendors about then? Obviously we've got our renowned
Best
quartermaster.
deals in sight.
1 week of doing it gets me about a third, almost half. Stuff to earn. And the ability to transmog inside the hotel? That seems odd. Full account-wide buff. So if you bring ults in here, you do a bit more damage too. That's pretty good. Skips. Stuff to get you through it. I think really, again, this kind of stuff isn't going to be as important to those pushing that race to world first, but for folks doing it over time, this is a pretty good way to do it. You get merch. Very silly. Ooh. Few cosmetics. Okay, and the counterfeit chips are all for those cosmetics as well. %more damage and healing's pretty solid. Wow, Colton, legendary. Title. Can teleport here anytime. I like that. And another mount. Cool.
That's it.
Let's see what they all have to offer
Red
then.
hot savings here.
This guy's just got the crafted stuff. Right, fair.
Come back for more.
Okay, and those are the coins to trade in to get your different bits of tier set.
I'll be waiting.
Christic
I got
change.
just what you need.
A lot of stuff inside here.
Recommended.
Sure, level 8 one, level 17 one, level 21 is the T-Rex mount. Even as someone who doesn't enjoy the goblin and mechy side of things, that's a pretty good mount.
Always a pleasure.
Counterfeit dealer. Boss says I'm not supposed to tell strangers we got counterfeit weapons on account or they ain't real, so it's easier to sell them to tourists, thinking they is real. Don't tell anyone, especially not a stranger. Nothing. He has nothing to sell as of yet.
Need a solution?
Okay.
Always read the labels.
Why would you need a transmogrifier inside? A little bit of upgrade.
I got more.
Seems a little weird. What is it? We pet this small robot dog. It's Grand Billionaire.
Best deals in town.
Another one to open up. Crafting orders to craft for your party members? They've got blacksmith and jewel crafters and tinkers and leatherwork. Do people need to do all this stuff inside a raid? Is that not what like doing stuff before a raid is all about? I don't know, it's interesting to me. Trash connoisseur, what have you got? What the was that? I think I just hit a roach.
I got just what you need.
You got Nolt for me? Or have I bugged out?
What's the damage?
No, we seem fine. He just does not want to give me his wares. GG, ring run of the raid. GG.
Some scalpers at the Dome are trying to swindle folks out of their gold.
I'm on
Go
to it.
and lay down the law.
I think we'll do a few world quests.
Interesting.
Knock on to do the City of Freds one for some more Undermine rep. Then we'll call it for the day. Again, I ain't gonna push the streams on 3 hours just for the sheer sake of it, you know. If I got me goals done, we got me goals
That
done.
sort of grift ain't good for business, and it ain't good for Undermine.
Alright, well said, Gazlo. Screw scalpers. This big fella again. There's a lot of damage. And I'm boy myself. I think it's doable. Uh-oh. He's no stun. Oh, it's getting spicy. Running low on mana. Time to booble. Oh no, I think we're still in trouble with that for mana.
My mana is low.
Potion. Don't have lay on hands for another 10 seconds. Why? Why would you hit those other ads? Oh, he just healed! So I wasn't paying attention. Shit. I might actually not get this now. I had it and I've thrown it away. Please, somebody come by. Somebody assist me. Come on, you! Gotcha, but barely. Ah, take it. Holy crap. Give me that slice of pizza. Tougher than the entire follower dungeon. Let's go nab these other rares while we're here. Okay, already got that one. Alright, people are fighting this one, but nobody wanted to help me on mine. You bastards. Got 10 of the rares, apparently. There's another one this way. Fuse up, not down.
Dark fuse is flying drones around this place. Grab some leftover fireworks and take them out with a bang.
See, I can't see a bloody thing. Yeah, job done. Get shot, drones. Always for these shoot and destroy quests, there's like, not lag, but it feels like there's a delay on hitting things sometimes.
Sometimes the
It's just
best
my aiming.
tool is the one you got. Nicely done.
Thank you, Gazlo. Oh, there's a memory event here. I do not have any Radiant Echoes. Shit.
Far away.
Gonna have all the glands.
I'm out of range.
Too many trash cans. There you go. Where are me fish? I think it was actually, if memory serves for this world quest, easier to get them on the beach side of things.
Target something first.
Lovely. Excuse me, Steve. What's your deal, Steve? Why are you here?
Get closer.
So much beef from eels. I get they simplified cooking because of it, because you don't need every single enemy to have its own type of meat and whatnot, and that saves inventory space. It does take something away, though, but I understand the reasoning. At least until cooking gets more of a, not an overhaul, but I liked the days in Mists of Pandaria where you could like specialize in the cooking. I didn't do loads of it, but I loved the idea. Again, in practice, I don't know how it turned out.
It's too far away.
There we go. One more. Beautiful.
Nice and efficient. I'll get these batteries recharged and sold at a reasonable discount.
Go get some more rep. If I knew how to drive. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're good. We're good. Worst car park ever.
Take a few swings at the boomball course. On me. You earned it.
Oh, do we get a little few
Whenever
different
a
courses? They're not all the
boomball
same?
Explode, they just kick it into the water there.
Nope,
Then
it's just
we'll
giving me a...
grab and scrap the duds.
It's still the same hole, just different starting points. Easily enough. Oh, they weren't different starting points. It wanted me to do the other quest as well. So that's pretty straightforward. Someone's got to get these flamingos off the course, though. Can't imagine that's very... not only safe, but, you know. Don't want to be taking a swing and just have a flamingo come at you from out of nowhere. Well, they do change the placements somewhat. I wonder what dictates that. Oh, beautiful. A rare up and over there. We can run to them, then run back again. Scrapbeak. Seemed like a fitting name for flamingo, but sure. Flamingo just, I know, eats scrap, attacks scrap. And crank fuel injector. I already got one. Papa's long lost putter. Can you notice that treasure before? How do we get to you? I think we Skyrim around a little bit. Nah, the car's not the way to go. There you are. Aha. No, I got them all. And it was a trinket. Why? Why not transmog? God damn it. Oh yeah, I needed to check to see if I could upgrade those gloves, but lack of Valor Stones. Another reason to be doing world quests. Not that many of them give many. Maybe that's what I do on the other day, is just go around the different zones doing world quests. Ooh, one more ball. And then one more of the other balls. Justice. A little bit before. Hey, that one needs to be a little off. Up with it.
Looks like you got the swing of it, huh?
I know,
Yeah, I'll
Gazlan.
see myself out.
You really should. Silly pocket. Honestly.
Boom ball, landmine, same thing. I can scrap them both.
Gallywick's notes. What is? It says down.
Our mechanical flyers are on the fritz. Only way to get them down is a rocket. Blow them up and sweep up the parts for scrap.
Hang on, guys. No, I'm trying to find this little bit of lore. On there? This house to the side. So confused. Where are they? Can I climb up this thing? Seems like it'd be a little too steep. Hmm. I have a jetpack. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa! I didn't know it went like that. I didn't know. Okay. How best to angle this? Hit my head on that thing. Line it up so I shoot myself down it. Give it 20 seconds. Have a swig of his beverage. Like, they give you one for a reason. Might not just be get around quicker in silly ways, but that's what the car's for, right? Okay. Want a land directly on said notes. They could be in a cave. A box of scraps. I'm beginning to think they are. Okay. Yeah, well, they're clearly not up here, are they? Where's a cave? I'm frustrated. Watch, be somewhere really obvious. There isn't a cave. What the fuck? Alright. I ignore that for now. Load these up and grab some scrap. Let the other paladin clear the way and go through and get me parts. Get a despawn, goddammit. You scumbag. Desist! What more do we need? Cattle.
I'm out of range.
Oh, it doesn't drop them for both of us, it just drops for whoever hits the thing.
Just business.
which is unfortunate. There's so much more like group tagging and the ease of just playing together out in the world. I wonder if that's not necessarily an oversight, but something that making objects spawn things after player uses interactable rocket or what have you. If there's a limitation there, you know, because ideally if you're in and about an area and not in war mode, obviously, you want to share the benefits to avoid the frustration of it. It's a small thing. Alright, last three. Lovely.
Nice work, kid. And it looks like a lot of these parts are salvageable.
Okay, last one's a
little
race.
Something for your trouble.
Much stuck. Excuse me, don't mind me. Don't mind me, let me through.
Dim lighten and absolutely no air.
Let's go.
Perfect day for a race.
It seems like they could do something like a group activity where you queue into just races. Know what I mean? And it can give you any number of them. Teleport folks around the map a bit. Not just these in Undermine, but obviously like all the skywriting ones as well. Just getting some group races going. Maybe they are working on something in that vein bigger. You don't need to make like specific new maps for racing about. You just, you know, you use these. I don't know where the skill expression necessarily would be.
I'm surprised you made it back in one
And
piece.
obviously there are people who are better at the skywriting and assumably that than there are others. A little summon though. We're doing on Undermine Rap 8 and a bit. More targets, more scrap. Get some boots. I've already got better boots. Very well. I should check the NPCs in the hotel then. Here you go, Pax.
Well.
Dungeon dealt
See
with.
you around.
Thanks, pal. Cartels will remember what you did for him.
Watch yourself.
Chilling now, Gazlo.
You got a problem? I got solutions.
Noun, fellow. Not there for me.
Won't find better.
What's we got about the place?
Interesting.
Old Engi Saltai.
Shipping and receiving.
Sure leave to Undermine never feels right. I miss the smell of salt in the air. At least the brews are
Hurry
good.
back.
Chet? Who are you, Chet? I think we looked at you before. Welcome, esteemed guest of the Incontinental. I am the hospitality of the Incontinental, among other things. Concierge, honor employee, and terminal or transaction terminal. My name is Chet. Although we do provide full room service, I also offer complimentary beverages and repair services. My name is Chet. Thanks. Ah, beverages. I mean, as he said. Sell those spare bits. And crank fuel tank. And crank fuel tank. Chet. Oh, I see what they did there. You must be a part-timer with Chet services. How do I become a part-timer with Chet services?
It's locked.
Unclear? Is that something on the tree? Okay, then you can get a check thing at Rec 13. I see.
What you need?
Oh, and you're the same person that was inside the raid. I get you. Fair enough. Tell you what, that'll do us for today. Let's get back to Donegal. It's on the Wednesday we can pick up our refreshed weeklies. Oh, goodness me. Could upgrade these gloves, but I kind of want to hold off until we check the bank. Oh, we have the City of Fred's quest to do as well, just to get a bit more rep. Might as well do that then. What now? Dungeon Finder, followers, City of Fred's. That guy really going for it. It shouldn't take too long. Oh, I was getting lost in the city and avoiding the guards.
Our friend awaits you in the High Hollows.
Curious how in the 11.1.5 patch we're gonna see sudden comeback to the remaining forces from the Queen from the Nerubian side of it. Sareki insurgents, I think it said in the announcement. 'Cause it feels like that should have been somewhere between the Siren Isle and Undermine. But maybe they've just taken a decent time to get, you know, a lot of time to gather. Tried not to pull that many NPC. Not on that side. It's alright, they all go down quick enough. Who's going to lead the Rubians left over from Ansarek? How did they get away to begin with?
Do you not know who I am? Whose voice you challenge?
How goes? Oh, I forgot to say, we got into high rank on Monster Hunter. So that's the first part of the main story done. Fought the fancy big monster at the end. Which apparently we can only fight the one time, which is pretty depressing. No armor or weapons. I'm sure they'll bring it back at some point. Unless there's some kind of secret version of it much later, but I haven't heard rumblings from folks. So we'll have the streams open in a squad lobby. People will be able to come and join.
Buffoon. Not even worthy of the 5th strand.
There's a lot of getting into endgame, more monsters to fight, more stuff to see. Very exciting. Doing some more of that later. Right, and now we do this follower minigame.
Where were you assigned?
There's one.
By the weave, one of Ansarek's spies has fallen.
bet this frustrates people on Mythic Plus go around and finding these. Unless they're really fixed. I haven't done it enough times to know how fixed it is. If they're in the same place every time, you just walk over to them.
Another spy is falling. This can't be.
Executor. And maybe AJ from the chat will be right. Maybe the Executor will be a villain one day, but at the moment he seems fine. Got through it all alright, cares for his queen and all that. Let's try over that area. There's my friend with no indication of where to actually go. Oh. Ping straight over there. I take it back, Captain. Tell me exactly where to go. Watch, I'll get over there and they're not there now. At least that's helpful. The retired lord with his little pets on things. I hadn't noticed that before. That's pretty great. Is it not working? What happened? Spy is close. Ah, there we go.
What are you doing here?
If this distressing trend continues, we will run out of spies.
I don't think necessarily you'd announce to your general public the spy masters are dying. I imagine that would go well. Oh, thank you, team. Looking out for me. We go over there. Go alert them, please. Okie dokie. Just straight up this person. Okay. Well, wasn't that, was it? Oh no, the trail started there. Sorry, we weren't clear. Leave me in a goddamn circle, do it the other way. Shrek. Beautiful.
Much better. Come to me and I will help this creed.
I love the shift in tone from him from being, oh no, we're in so much trouble. Now you come over here while we set up this coup.
Grand Splicer, Izo. Her drive for innovation meshed well with Ansarek's thirst for ascension. Stay close and be quiet. Transformatory
Web the
was
webs.
once the home of our sacred evolution. Izo has made a mockery of our traditions. At the Queen's tisk, tisk, tisk. Dear Nizrek, a traitor. Our Queen will be so disappointed.
First, your little pets will die. Then we'll make you speak.
My turn.
What odd fit part where just doesn't have voice lines for that one little bit, but has it for loads of others.
Our strands Guardians are strong. None will pass.
Disagree. Enough. Get on booped. Lovely. Let's see if we get another dungeon that just uses the, you know, the city as a whole. So I think the expectation, I said before, was that this place would feel like a new Suramar, but it very much was not that. Suramar just was so much vaster, so much more going on for it. And obviously there was a lot of like endgame patch cycles around going in there and seeing, unlocking different aspects of it, and the whole infiltration side of it was way more involved. Like, it's clear with the whole guard spot you thing, they were indicating towards that, but it never, no, it wasn't even close. Makes me really curious how they will have it function on a Legion remix, which we almost know for sure is coming. Almost.
You're interesting. All failure breeds success eventually. Wouldn't you agree? Let's see which of the two you are.
Another blob. We can make your boss one and stand out a little bit more. Give it something fancy. Stand on the garbage. Wait, one more.
The pursuit of perfection can be messy.
It's too far
but
away.
worthwhile in the end.
I'm out of range.
So persistent. For you, a reward.
Always a beautiful mural to see.
Witness the unparalleled
Still many
wonder
questions.
of transformation.
How, why, and what it is depicting. What was N'Zoth? Question mark? It's not quite N'Zoth though, is it? It's have the big eye in the centre, many eyes and tentacles, but N'Zoth's always portrayed with that big eye being extremely circular.
Let me
Could call it artistic flair.
witness the glory of our ascension. Consider the barrier.
Hunter, don't you go and pull stuff from outside. I've seen you do it before. You piece of garbage. Nearly got himself locked out. Old. Job done.
Azeroth will be absolutely furious when she learns
Beautiful.
of
And there's that
Isaac's
weekly.
demise. Thank you.
There we go.
Initiated.
Big chunk of Undermine rep. Beautiful. Go and sell our garbage to Tanib and Gadib.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Alrighty then.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Hold off out here. More, I think we do some PvP on the Death Knight, start getting up some of it. It's going to be a long road because they have sod all gear. Going to be getting battered a while, but such as it is. With that then, for today, I will say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to hit that like button. Help pushes the video through the algorithm so more folks can come, hang out, enjoy some games with us, build this community together. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. On the weekdays, 9 AM GMT, we're here with World of Warcraft. And between 4 and 6, because between those times are when I start up, it's very much dependent on the day. We play other games. Currently, of course, Monster Hunter Wilds. And you can find playlists to all the games we've already covered right here on the channel to binge to your heart's content. So until next time, folks, much love, take care, and bye-bye.